Hey guys, I'm back. This is another episode of the restoration of Mr. Billy Bob. The last episode I took the cylinder apart and basically took all the seals out of it. There's actually three different types of seals in this cylinder. The first seal you have is it's called a U-cup design. It actually it looks like when I look these up, if you were to cut it in half, it actually looks like almost like a V inside. The second one is just a regular O-ring style seal, and that has a 90 hardness, a little bit of a harder rubber. And then the next seal is interesting. This is kind of rounder on the outside, but on the inside it's actually flat. So it kind of lays flat on the inside, but on the outside it has a curve. But I ended up ordering all these seals, which is good. But I also ended up getting a brand new cylinder. This cylinder here had a whole bunch of marks on it, and so I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I'm still going to go ahead and rebuild it and use it as a spare, but I ended up getting a brand new cylinder. This way I've got the actual part number and you know, just all brand new. I basically removed the fittings, cleaned them up with some acetone, and then just put some Teflon tape basically on both of the brass fittings. And I've been just using a very, just a little bit of a sandpaper on the fittings as well. I've been using sandpaper for pretty much all the aluminum and everything, just to kind of get all that dirt and grime off of it. So basically just, you know, turned them and installed them into the unit, and then installed the actual guitar sling bar on the end of it as well. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and start the installation of this new cylinder here. So you're just going to want to put the nut on first before you put the slide all the way through the holes. And then just hand tighten the nut on there. Just you don't have to do any wrench work right now. We can come back and do that later. But just hand tighten just so it's secure. And you can connect your air lines now, or you can wait till the end. It doesn't really matter. And then don't forget there's a little bit of a divot on the actual rod itself. So when you're doing your set screws, here's a close-up here of that little cutout divot. You're going to want to put the slide basically in that area, and then that way the set screws are able to basically lay flat. So when you screw the set screws down, they need to have a flat surface to basically level out. Set screws they don't work if they are trying to tighten against a round cylinder. So that's why that bar is actually milled out. So just hand tighten your Allen screws in there, or set screws. They're Allen head. I believe it was a 5/64, real tiny set screws there. And don't over tighten them. You don't really need them to be super tight, because you don't want to strip them. So just get them to the point where they lock in place. Just go ahead and just check in your movements. And then finally just give it a little bit of a tighten there with a 15/16 size wrench. And that way it'll just kind of lock it into place there. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to air him up and see if we have that huge leak that we had before. It was very noticeable. Alright, so looks like he is aired up now. And we'll just go ahead and we'll check out the movements. Yeah, I mean it, and I'm just pulsing the valve on and off. I don't think that he would use the slide that fast. I mean, I guess he could in the songs, but I was just pulsing on and off. I still have to do some more adjustments, but yeah, it's working great. I'm not hearing any air leaks or anything from the cylinder, and it's moving very nice. I also sanded the slide rod, so I sanded that really nice and kind of oiled it up a little bit. So, because that slide rod was basically all rusted, so it was kind of binding, and I also straightened it out as well. So. Alright guys, well, that's about it for this segment here. I just wanted to finish the installation of that cylinder and just test out the movements. So join me back for more of this restoration. Thanks guys.